thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I must say, even if you lose 4-0, I can say I'm quite pleased with the performance. The first half is a very, very even first half. It's possession-wise, probably, I don't know, 50-50. I could say the only difference for me is the final third, and that is, of course, an important one. They took the chances. They are a little bit sharper in the attacking third. Otherwise, we had our chances too to normally go in with a tie at half-time. It's tough being 2 down after that first half. But overall, I would say no excuses. You lose 4-0, that's a lot. But I think definitely we deserve a better result. Absolutely.
In the front row left.
Coach, what was your plan for Backe? It looks like you're using him in a free role to kind of roam the field and direct the attack.
Yeah, I think if you play Man United, I think normally you can say if you play the same kind of playing system, if you play a 4-4-2 against them, you will lose. That's a killer because they are better individual, perhaps on every position. So you need to do something different. We played with 3 central midfield players just to try to give David as much space and time as possible for his distribution. And it went well. They didn't pick him up. So we got a good rhythm. Our possession game was phenomenal first half. So I was a little bit worried about our defending because when you play with 3 central midfield players, it's difficult to cover the wide areas outside Charlie Joseph and Brad Davis, but that worked very well. Thierry and Cummings helped to defend in a very good way on midfield. So as I said to the players, normally you could be really, I have to say, losing 4-0, but I must say I like the performance. I'm quite happy with our 90 minutes.
Let's go to the front row, right?
Just curious who you thought played well. Which individuals sort of stuck out?
I think David was phenomenal. He's so competitive, being around the world, playing, still very hungry. I think Olave was phenomenal until the injury. He's definitely a player who could easily play in Europe. Both fullback, Sean Franklin, Conway did well. You know, we're meeting guys with a lot of pace in the wide areas. So overall, I would say it's a team performance that it's very good. I can understand it sounds strange when you lose 4-0, but I have a feeling anyhow that we deserve better.
Front row left.
Do you think it sets MLS up though for failure in the perception when just a couple of days of training and then going up against a Man United team that's so close to the regular season, even if the talent gap is not as strong?
I think if you play Premiership teams earlier in the pre-season, you'll probably have a better chance to pick up a result. They're quite close to the season open. They have Barcelona and then back to England. So I think normally you could match up early in the pre-season. Of course, we had only 45 minutes yesterday, a training session, trying to go through the basic tactical work about defending, attacking. But they are the best guys in the MLS, so they have the understanding, the knowledge of the game, so it's quite easy to get them into a playing style.
Front left.
Coach, what was your impression of Aguinaldo's play in the last 10 minutes?
Well, that's difficult to say. I think he touched the ball twice or something like that. So, no, that was in a way we needed to have one left on the bench if we got an injury or something like that. It's a bit embarrassing if you get an injury or a red card and play. But you will play 10 if you have a red card, but an injury, for example. So, no, it was my plan to play in the last 10 minutes. As I said all the time, I think if I'm going to be a little bit rude, you guys make him the big coming star. He's far away of being an end product. So the best thing you can do is leave him, because it's you guys in 2 years that will slaughter him.
We'll go to the far right, standing.
Hans, do you have any update on Olave's injury, and what kind of went into leaving Omar Bravo in for 80 more minutes?
With Olave, I think it's a ligament injury. It's a little bit extended. I hope that it's a soft one. It looks like a soft one. I think they did some kind of ultra scan on it, so hopefully it's a soft one. Yeah, Bravo, it was one of those guys up front. We said, okay, play more than Olmo. He played perhaps 80 or
Yeah, about that.
around that. Yeah, there was no idea about it, but he's a hard worker. I know him from the Mexican national team, and he's very competitive and can run all day long.
Here in the front left.
Coach Backe, I was wondering if you could just speak a bit about the rationale for making your first big substitution, and if you considered holding off any longer just to try and continue the momentum from the first half through the second half.
Yeah, we're 2 down. You could probably have played the same team 15-20 minutes more. Even if this game is also a little bit about the fans they picked, they made, and I think anyhow that it didn't make any huge difference the second half. United had a little bit more possession, but we picked up 2-3 good chances. Omar Bravo had a phenomenal chance to score after a rebound. So normally you can say when you do too many subs, you kill the game. But we decided to do, I think, 4 or 5, including the goal at halftime, do 2 subs after 60, and then after 80. So we didn't kill the game with that. So I think you can keep your rhythm with that kind of subs. It shouldn't be any huge difference.
Here in front row.
What was the thought process in not starting Casey Keller for the second, considering it could possibly well be his last All-Star
Yeah,
game?
because that was a little bit, because I wasn't allowed to pick players from Dallas, Toronto and Seattle because of the Champions League. They played yesterday in Panama. So I just got I think 2 days ago they said he will be flying in. And I said, of course, then he needs to play if he's coming here. So it was a little bit of a surprise for me. So I just talked to the goalies with Mondragon and Sally Hall. We definitely, with a player like Casey Keller coming here, his last season, 17 years as a professional in Europe, just have to get some minutes to play.
One more on the far right, standing.
Hans, Manchester United today, Paris Saint-Germain on Saturday, Arsenal on Sunday. Can you just talk about, I mean, you're going through a lot of obviously big-time European clubs here.
Yeah, definitely. If you look for the Wednesday, for the weekend games, of course, it's with the Red Bulls then, and that will be a tough one. We're traveling with our whole roster. We played Paris, that buying 2 or 3 world-class players this week from AS Rome and Saint-Etienne, and I think they finished runners-up in the French league. They will be in the Champions League. It's a top-quality team, and we need to do a priority and probably try to play Arsenal with the strongest team we have, and that I just hope that we can match up in a decent way on Saturday, but it will be a tough one.